Going live on Facebook in 5, 4, 3, 2. Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. Sounds good, sounds good. Video's good. All right, let's go. Yo, it's Tuesday. I love me some Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. On Tuesdays, we get the opportunity to go to my mom's house. And me and my wife, we just kind of kick it while mom takes over. So we're excited for that. It's going to be super exciting. Hey, I got up this morning, went downstairs, grabbed my hashtag Rise and Grind planner. And at the top of our Rise and Grind planner, I love it because every single day there is a quote. There's a quote that is submitted by an actual Rise and Grind member. And so I go downstairs, I throw on my headphones, I open my planner so I can write down my gratitude and my goals, and I open it up, and there is a quote by my man, Will Ramsey, which I love Will. Will does a lot of things in the automotive community as far as he leads like a Bible study every Wednesday for the automotive community. He's got an inspiring show that he does on Facebook every day. And so I just love Will. And so I popped open my planner and Will said to me this, his favorite quote was, "Celebrate what you duplicate." Celebrate what you duplicate. And as soon as I read that, I thought, man, it's such a short sentence, right? 4 words. Celebrate what you duplicate. But it has so much impact if you really, really think about what he's saying. Basically, Will's saying, don't celebrate because you did something once. Don't celebrate because you took first place one time. Don't celebrate because you got an award or a medal. Don't celebrate because you sold a car one time. Don't celebrate because you did something once. No. Celebrate the things that you can duplicate. Be disciplined, right? Be disciplined. Be a champion. True champions celebrate what they can duplicate. They celebrate that they can duplicate 100 push-ups every day. They celebrate that they can duplicate getting up at 5 a.m. every day and doing the morning five simple steps to an extraordinary life. They celebrate that they can duplicate themselves as far as growing other leaders and helping others to get to the levels that they're at. Celebrate what you can duplicate. Will, I love it, and I love you. God bless you, brother. I hope you're having an incredible day this morning, and I just hope all is well in your world because you're an awesome human. Thanks for contributing to today's episode of Hashtag Rise and Grind, and now for the rest of the show, let's dive in. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? See, there's no excuse for you not pushing yourself to the next level. In order for you to create a new you must have a new mindset. When teams come together, we can create things that are greater than the sum of all of their parts.
Good morning and welcome to Hashtag Rise and Grind. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to 1, a father to 8, and the creator of what is going to be the #1 most watched morning show in the world. It is 5:30 a.m. and I hope that you are ready to rise and grind.
They just don't get. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? Dude, today is Tuesday. That's right. Today is Tuesday, April 26th, 2020. And what's crazy is today is the very first and the very last time it will ever be Tuesday, April 26th, 2021. I said 2020, didn't I? April 26th, 2021. So I want to make sure we make the absolute most And I do mean the absolute most of this absolutely incredible, incredible day. I want to start off today a little different. I just want to say thank you. I am so grateful for you. Thank you for choosing to share your mornings with me. You choosing to share your morning with me has made such a massive impact in my life. If this is your first time watching hashtag Rise and Grind or participating in hashtag Rise and Grind, I just want you to know you're on this. You've stumbled onto something that's been really, really cool. Hashtag Rise and Grind. Over the last 3 years, we've done 857 episodes. We've been able to create community and relationships like you wouldn't believe. People have moved all over the world. Or all over, technically all over the world. People have moved all over the world to come together. We've been able to create long-lasting like marriages. We've been able to do nonprofit type stuff. We've raised over $800,000 over the last 3 years for nonprofit organizations and for people within our community. Like, it's really, really, really incredible. And my entire life now revolves around a powerful morning routine and the opportunity to serve others. So I just want to say thank you. I woke up this morning really in a whole lot of gratitude for you and all that you've done in my life. So whether today's your first time showing up or you've been coming since day one on January 6th of 2018, thank you. You mean the world to me. So I want to start off with that. Secondly, I want to let you know that when I got up this morning, no phone first thing in the morning, no snooze button, gratitude, goals, all of those things. Then when I pop into my phone, it told me that my storage was critically low. It said, Glenn, your storage is critically low. Your phone is not going to be able to perform at the way that you want it to perform. It actually said like some features on your phone might not work. That's what it said to me first thing this morning. Some features on your phone might not work. And I was like, okay. And so it was basically telling me I was going to have to clean some stuff up, right? I was going to have to clean some stuff up if I wanted to get it to work. And it said that there were some apps and there were some photos and that there were some, all of that stuff was going to have to be deleted in order to get this thing working. Now, I don't know about you, but I am a digital pack rat, like for real. I am a digital pack rat. I have, and this is just in the one storage, in one of my like cloud Verizon storages, I have over 31,000 photos and videos, right? Over 31,000 photos and videos in one of my cloud storages. I also have like old voicemails. I got tons of voicemails on my phone. I don't know about you. I've got possibly millions of emails. Like really, it's probably millions of emails. I don't know like the exact number, but I have so many because you just archive them in Gmail, right? And I get thousands every day. So there's probably millions of emails. I have Dropbox files galore, like a ridiculous amount of Dropbox files over the last 10 years of Dropbox files. I have every single one of those. I have pictures. I have videos. I have sound bites. I have like terabyte after terabyte after terabyte of data. And it is all stored and scattered somewhere in the digital universe. And so in order to avoid any kind of like phone disruption, overload, or shutdown, I had to delete some of those apps, some of those photos, files that haven't been opened in years. You know what I'm talking about? The files that haven't been opened in years, I had to go ahead and delete a lot of those things. And what's crazy is when I did that this morning, as I was deleting the stuff, the craziest thing happened. I automatically thought of you. I know that's a weird thing to say. You're like, Glenn, why are you thinking about me when you're deleting stuff off of your phone? What are you trying to say? But listen, here, I really did. I immediately thought of you because here you are. You're working really, really hard, right? You're working really, really hard. You're listening. to Rise and Grind on Clubhouse and different rooms, so on and so forth. You're listening, you're learning, you're listening to audibles. You're trying to turn yourself into a reader where maybe you weren't before, and you're going to the seminars and you're like snapping the pictures of the slide. The speaker puts the slide up on the screen, everybody pulls out their phone, and you're snapping the picture, and you're like learning new apps and you're learning new programs. You're trying to figure out how you can dance on TikTok and all those different things. You're exploring all of these new different technologies that have come out, and yet for some reason, a lot of these like new things don't stick. For some reason, nothing new sticks, and you keep finding yourself in the same place that you were before. You feel like a hamster or a gerbil on a hamster wheel, I think is how you would say that, right? You feel like you're just, like, dang, another year I'm in the same place. Another year I'm in the same place. Maybe I feel a little bit better. Maybe my attitude's a little bit better, but for the most part, my finances are the same. I'm living in the same house. I'm doing the same job. I haven't really progressed a whole lot. Like, things are the same, and I'm doing all this work. And so you keep finding yourself in the same place. I want you to think about it for just a second this morning. Think about where you were a year ago today. Now, hopefully, you've seen some big changes in your world. That's what I'm hoping for you. It's all about rising, evolving, and impacting together. So there's this stage of evolution, right? But I really want you to look back at a year ago. What were you doing a year ago? What were you doing the year before that? What were you doing the year before that, right? You're putting in a lot of stinking work. Are you progressing? Are you getting results from it? And I know that there are many people that reach out to me and they tell me, they're like, Glenn, I'm just bogged down, man. I'm bogged down. I'm tired. I'm worn out. Like, I'm overwhelmed. My life seems cluttered. Like, I'm putting in a lot of work, Glenn, but my life is still kind of a mess in certain areas. Like my body feels kind of sluggish and tight. I don't feel real flexible, and I kind of got this extra love handle thing going on across the middle. I don't really like the way that I look when I look at myself in the mirror. Some of my friendships are like kind of boring. I'm just kind of been hanging out with the same folks that I hung out with like back since like middle school, and they're not really pushing me, and I'm not really pushing them. And my faith is kind of like, Glenn, to be honest, my faith is kind of at a mild temperature at best. Like, I believe, but I'm not like on fire. Like, I remember being on fire when I first found God in my life. I was on fire then. I'm not really on fire now. It's just kind of mild. Like, everything is just kind of like meh, right? And I get these messages all the time, every single day. So I thought about you this morning. And I know that it can be frustrating, and you simply don't understand why you can't seem to break free to that next stratosphere that exists for you, right? Like, you want to be able to break free and run at like peak performance, like just like a brand new phone, before all the videos, before all the pictures, before it gets bogged down. You want to be able to run at 1,000%. And so what I'm going to do today I'm going to have you reflect on that for just a second. And while you reflect on that, we're going to do some dancing like we do. And I want to say good morning and connect with you real quick. And then I'm just going to give you three really simple, easy things for you to think about today that are going to help you break out of, like, jump off of the hamster wheel, right? And start really seeing some major progressions in all the 7 key areas of your life that matter most, right? Your faith, your fitness, your finances, your family, your friends, right? Your career, and ultimately, when you look in the mirror, how you feel about yourself. Fair enough. That's what we're going to do today. I will keep it short and sweet. I'm just going to knock down 3 of them for you. First, though, you know what we got to do. You know we got to do some dancing on this show. You know we got to do some dancing and we got to do some connecting. Okay? For those of you that know and those of you that don't know, this is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. Okay? I need you to hit that share button because I believe if we can change the way people start their day, it'll make a massive impact on this planet. I truly believe that. And sometimes all it takes to change the way somebody starts their day is for you to hit that share button. So whether you're watching on Instagram, maybe you're on Facebook, maybe you're over on Clubhouse, go ahead and hit that plus sign, invite some people into the room. Maybe you're watching on YouTube, maybe you're listening to the podcast, wherever it is, connect with me, okay? This is also the part of the show where I want you to get your body in motion. Whether it's doing some dancing, maybe you're out there running, you're going to kick it up a notch, maybe you're lifting some weights, put on a little bit more weight. You see, objects in motion tend to stay in motion, and objects at rest tend to stay at rest. So if you're listening to me while laying in the bed, now's the time. Get up. Let's go. Get that body moving so you can make the most of this absolutely incredible day. And of course, say good morning to me. I'll say good morning to you. What's up, Don Sankey? How you doing, Beth Lucchese? Great to see you this morning. What's up, Tarika Simmons? Great to see you, Mr. Rodney Rock Hatfield. I see Jenny Lockett's up in here. Wanda Smith, great to see you. Hi, Emily Galler, with the most amazing handwriting on the planet, by the way. What's up, Janelle Griego? West Orange in the house. How you doing, Wendy? Great to see you as well. What's up, Vicky Everett and Mr. Brad Smith? Over here on Instagram, I see we've got Alan. What's up? Hunty Tim. Great to see you. What's up, Sweet Napa A Creations? That's right. How you doing, Jay Little 6554? We got Michael Eric, #1 in the house. I love the Instagram names. What's up, Turn A09. We got Chula 655. We got Tristan Smith's up in here. Alter X Reality says Grand Rising. Anita, hi Anita. We got Fool Around the World. Every time I see that, I'm like, Fool Around the World tonight, yeah. I can't hear you trying, or whatever that song is, right? It makes me think about that every time. It's me, Des. What's up, Des? Great to see you. I also see Kim Fair, Gina Duffy. We got Ray Hatchers up in here this morning. What about over on Clubhouse? Who's over on Clubhouse? Anybody hanging out over on Clubhouse? Check this out. I think we got a few. I see Michelle and I see Sarah flashing their mics. Great to see them this morning. I see Allie and Johnny and Douglas and Ed. I see Shannon and Elena and Emily and Jessica. I see Patricia and Mary Lynn. I see Elvis Orobi. What's up, Elvis? Great to see you. I see Roy and Cleo and Mark and Natasha. I see Burnell and Billy. I see Michelle is up in here. I see my man Tim Hunt. There he is. He's on both sides. What's up, Tim? Great to see you. I see Teddy Wang 86. He's up in the house. What's up, Teddy Wang 86? Great to see you, sir. TikTok master. Great to see you, Teddy Wang. I also see Samantha Parker is with us this morning. Erica Rose Siegel. I feel like I've been seeing you in forever. Great to see you, young lady. I see Benedict and Dee and Marty and Keno. A bunch of folks up in here on #RiseAndGrind this morning. Hey, real quick before we move to this new segment, I do want to let you know, for those of you in the automotive world, 800% Club is now enrolling for our next group. Our next group of 800% Club dealers. We're ready to bring you on. And so over on the Facebook side, I'm going to show you a quick little trailer of what that looks like. And then for those of you on Clubhouse, we'll just talk
to the best version of yourself. You're making these incredible decisions. You join this group, #RiseAndGrind.
Let's make the absolute most of this absolutely incredible day. Hop on in here, please. Come on, come join us. Hope you're picking up what I'm putting down. Are you ready? Are you there? Are you there? Are you engaged? I do know the answer of how we're going to change the way you start your day.
Oh my, what an incredible morning this is going to be. I can't wait.
Let's go. Oh my goodness, missed my cue. Listen, your brain, right? Your brain it's kind of like your phone, right? It's like my phone this morning, my phone that was all blacked up, right? Your brain is kind of like a computer, or it is technically a computer, but it's kind of like a computer, kind of like a phone. I want you to think about that this morning, okay? It's only 1,000,000 times more powerful than your phone or than your computer, right? So you've got massive amounts of cookies in your brain. That's what I want you to think about this morning, all right? You've got massive amounts of cookies that are stored. You know how sometimes on your computer, you're like, I need to clear my cookies or I got to clear my cache in order to be able to function properly, right? Same thing. You've got massive amounts of cookies stored in your brain. You have sounds, you have sights, you have smells, all of these things that are stored in this powerful tool called the human brain. And they've been storing there your entire life. Like everything gets stored. Everything that you experience. So think of however old you are, multiply that by however many, take your year, divide it by 365, and then multiply that and figure out how many days and hours and minutes that you've been storing cookies in your brain. And so it's a spectacular piece of work that it's able to store all of that. Now, we can't recall all of that. Some people can. People photograph memories. They can recall all of that. Most of us can't recall all of that, but that doesn't mean it's not there. It is all there. And yes, Don Sankey, a lot of that is Oreo cookies, right? But you got all these cookies. All these things are stored in this spectacular piece of work. So how do we tune it up when it is bogged down? That is the question for this morning. And I'm going to give you 3 steps. 3 steps to tune this sucker up when it's bogged down so that you can ultimately use this powerful machine of yours to break through to spectacular new levels in your life. Step 1. Is you have to clean the hard drive, right? You got to do what I had to do on my phone this morning. You have to rid yourself of some of the thoughts, fears, anxieties, concerns, and limiting belief systems that don't serve you. I'm going to say that one more time. You're going to have to clean out, delete, rid yourself of some of the thoughts, fears, anxieties, concerns, and limiting belief systems that don't serve you. And you're like, okay, Glenn, great. So I want you to think about this for just a second, right? Think about it for just a second. What are some of the fears? What are some of the concerns? What are some of the thoughts? We had someone in Clubhouse this morning that was talking to us, and they're like, I love being in this room because I'm starting to feel less than, right? Or maybe I'm not good enough. Imposter syndrome, those types of things, right? So you're like, okay, Glenn, great. I identify those. Now, how, right? How do I clean my hard drive of those? And step 1 is that. First, we have to identify. I want you to start thinking about what you think about. Yesterday, I did a podcast with some gentlemen, and we talked about how important it is in social media to quit saying things like y'all or you guys, right? If you think about it, they're like, especially in the podcast world, I have never once in my life heard a group of people be like, hey, everybody, let's go hang out over the house and listen to a podcast, right? Like a podcast is a very personal thing. It's something that you listen to solo. Most of you right now are listening to me solo. Yes, there are multiple of you. There are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of you collectively watching, but you yourself are most likely lonely. I very rarely see 20 people huddled around one cell phone all watching, right? So it's a personal experience. So I was talking to these guys about this yesterday. I'm like, bro, you need to start thinking about what you think about when you're talking to someone that's watching your content. That's different than talking to all y'all. It's much more personal, right? And so I taught these boys this yesterday, and they kept catching themselves. They kept catching themselves going, "Hey, you all! Hey, you!" Or "Hey, will you guys?" Oh, no, not you guys. You. I'm talking to you, right? And as you start to identify, if you start to think about what you think about, then you can now replace the old thoughts with new thoughts. And you do that through affirmations, creating new word tracks. And all of these things take time, repetition, work, but ultimately you can do it. So step one, clean the hard drive. Identify the words that you speak to yourself and the words that you speak to others. Are those words that are serving you or that are serving others? Are those thoughts that are serving you that are serving others? And if not, let's remove them and replace them through affirmations, word tracks, and repetition. Fair enough? That's number one. Number two, I'm going to go over today. I'm so sorry, but I love it. Okay, all right, I won't. I'm going to go fast. You guys are fast learners, so I'm going to go fast. I'm not going to go over on time. All right, number two. Number two is you got to do a system reboot, like a full-on hard reset, right? You're feeling a little bogged down or you're trying to do something new, going to the new level. Start with a full-on reset. Some people call this a vacation. Right? The vacation is a great way to go on a full-on reset as long as you do vacationing the right way, which is turn off the phones, really separate, don't go work while you're sitting on the beach, enjoy it, right? Wherever you go, the mountains, the hills, wherever your happy place is, you need a reset. When your Wi-Fi doesn't work, what do? You unplug that sucker and you reset it. When your computer's like freaking out, what do? You unplug that sucker and you reset it. You need a hard reset. You need to close down everything, and do a simple, hard reset. Listen, brain work requires you to unplug at some point. And it is 100% unplug that is required. You can take a vacation for yourself. You could just go to lunch. Go to lunch all by yourself with no phone. When's the last time you did that? Go sit. I do this often. I go to Buffalo Wild Wings. I leave my phone in the car and I will sit at Buffalo Wild Wings for 1 hour and I will eat some wings and I will just completely unplug, right? You can do lunch with no phone. You can stop working on the plane. Listen, I travel a lot. And when I'm on the plane and I'm at 30,000 feet, everybody's like, oh, we can get so much work done. I'm like, no. I unplug at 30,000 feet. I'm working while my feet are on the ground. I am going to unplug for those couple hours that my feet and my mind are in the air. I'm going to look out the window at the clouds and at the beauty and marvel at the technology that exists that allows us to travel in such an incredible way. I'm going to spend time in gratitude. I'm going to be grateful that I get an opportunity to fly and to travel and to visit these places, right? I might even watch a silly TV show or watch a silly movie. Dude, unplug. Like I see people on the plane and they're just clickety clacking it and not even looking out the window and they've got their headphones on and they're just working. And I'm like, dude, if you can't unplug on the plane, you might have a bigger problem on the ground. I'm just saying. If you're running your company so well, you should be able to unplug for the 90 stinking minutes that you're up in the air. So that's just my opinion. You can disagree with me all you want. I'm totally okay with that. But listen, you need to fit in some hard resets often in order to stay fresh. You need hard resets often in order to stay fresh. That's number two. So number one, clean out the hard drive. Identify, think about what you think about, and let's start to replace some of that, right? Or let's start to delete some of that. Number two, system reboot, hard reset. Short lunch by yourself, jump on a plane and don't work. Go on a vacation if you need a full vacation, but completely unplug, all right? Completely unplug. And then step three is I need you to make sure you have the latest version. Here's what I mean by that. With your phone, right? You get the latest version. If you have an old version of a phone, old version of a computer, old version of some software, if you have the old version, it will start to corrupt. It will start to bug. It will start to mess up, right? You guys have all experienced that. Same thing is true with you. You see, I need you to think about for just a second, are you living as the latest version of yourself? Like the most recent version of you? Or are you still living as that old, tired version of you? You see, we start to, over time, as we get older in our lives, we store more habits, behavioral patterns, all of those things, right? Based on our experiences, our environments, our parents, the tables that we sit at, right? And so we start taking in new information, right? We receive some new information, but we can't store that new information because we're still on the old platform. We're still in the 1.2. We're in the beta version. Listen, you need to make sure that you have the latest version. You need to make sure that you have the latest versions of technology in your life. I know you're like, oh, I don't want to learn any more technology. It's so stupid, right? Like, listen to me. Surround yourself with the latest technology. Get to know it. Stick with the times. Don't be an old fuddy-duddy. Don't be, well, back when I was young, we used to kick the can. Okay, great. Well, we don't kick cans anymore, homie. Kick cans lead to broke toes. Go ahead and quote that, suckers. Kick cans lead to broke toes. We don't kick cans anymore. All right? Get the modern version. Don't be an old fuddy-duddy. Step into technology. You also need to exercise your right to some new types of foods. You don't have to eat the same food that you always used to eat. You don't have to go to the same restaurants that you always used to go to. Like, dude, change it up. It's okay. I'm learning this myself. This was the hardest one for me. I'm so behavioral pattern-wise, right? But dude, there's so many ranges of food out there, right? If you feel a little bogged down, you feel a little tired, feel a little worn out, change your diet up. Try something new. Dude, your fitness routine, if it's old and it's tired, you're not getting results, you're bored, you've been doing the same thing for, let's see, Don Sankey's gone to the gym 1,600 times. Sankey, I hope you're mixing it up, man. Do something different. Grab the ropes, hit the track, right? Get the latest version, and especially in your relationships. Do not allow your relationships in 2021 to be the same relationship you had in 2011. Do not allow your relationship in 2021 to be the same relationship you had in 2001. No, man, get the updated version. Keep it fresh. Something I'm doing at my house right now, and my wife doesn't watch Rise and Grind episodes anymore. She gets enough of me around the house. My wife, like, I'm writing little notes now. I'm writing little notes and I'm sticking them around the house. You know, I wrote Willow a note the other day that just said, hey, Willow, take your time, girl. You have so much greatness in you. Take your time to let it develop. I love you so much. Yesterday, I left a note on my daughter's bed, Savannah. I left a note that just said, Savannah, I'm so proud of the young lady that you've become. You're an amazing daughter with an adventurous spirit. And I love you so much. I'm just dropping a little note. And maybe next week I'll drop one on my son. Maybe a few days after that I might drop one on my wife. Or we did something fun. We went to the mall the other day. I've never done this before. Look, folks, I come from nothing. And the other day, we were at the mall. We hadn't been to the mall in forever. And I looked at my wife. I said, tell the kids anything. They can each pick one thing. Price doesn't matter. Price doesn't matter. They can each pick one thing at this mall. Anything that they want. And we just made it so fun. And Oakland got a Mickey Mouse, ice cream thing, and Fisher got a water gun that shoots water out the sides and the tip that he just laughed and was so excited about. Savannah wanted a new pair of Vans. She went and got a new pair of Vans. That's what she wanted, right? Everybody just got to go pick one thing. What did Willow get? I don't remember what Willow got. But they just each went and picked out like one thing, right? And it was cool and it was fresh. It didn't break the bank. They didn't go out and pick, $10,000 diamonds over at K Jewelers. Thank goodness they haven't figured that part out yet, right? But it was new and it was fresh and it was different. And that's what I want to instill in you. If you really want to break through to some new levels in your life, then I need you to first identify and delete some of the old stored stuff, right? Identify and delete the stuff that's on your hard drive. Think about what you think about. Secondly, create some system resets in your life. Some opportunities to just unplug completely and refresh this computer. And number 3, make sure you're living the latest version of your life. Not a previous version, but the latest version. Do those 3 things, and I assure you, next year will look completely different. When you look back on this year, you'll go, my goodness, I've come so far. And really, that's what I need you to do. Because see, you, my friend, I believe, are a child of God, the God of the universe, the God that made everything. And that God made you to be the absolute best version of yourself that you can possibly be. Not an average version, not a little bit above average, not a little bit below, but the absolute best version of yourself that you can possibly be. And that's going to require you to make some decisions today. Decisions to rise every single day with intention and purpose so that you can evolve into the absolute best version of you that you can possibly be. And ultimately, it makes a massive impact. It makes an impact on your friends, on your family members, on your coworkers. Golly, the decision for you to spend this morning with me has made a massive impact on me. And I, for one, absolutely love you for it. I do. I absolutely stinking love you. All right? So get out there, continue to make some powerful decisions. Apply these 3 things in your life. And let's keep stepping up to that next level. All right? All right. Sorry for going a little bit over. I think it was important, though. If you need more videos like this, you can go to GlennLundy.com. We've got 800 plus of them up there. If you would like to hang out with me over on Clubhouse, I'm going to be hanging out over on Clubhouse here for the next little while with more motivation, education, and inspiration. Would absolutely love for you to come join us over on Clubhouse. If not, or either way, please come back tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. We're going to do this all over again on #RiseAndGrind. Have an incredible Taco Tuesday, my friends. See ya.